It'd be Christmas morning with my 5 little kids. And this is the first Christmas with all 5 of our kids, like our family complete.
Yeah.
The youngest that they'll ever be.
Long time no see.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Hello, YouTube.
Here's the YouTube people.
How do you make YouTube videos again?
Tell me your name and how old you are.
The LeBrant family is back, and this time they may just be worse than ever. Meet the LeBrant family, one of the most popular family content creators of their time, or one of YouTube's most controversial characters as they're currently being referred to. Believe it or not, the LeBrant family used to be in everyone's favorite family content creators, but that was a long time ago. Nowadays, they're just that desperate family trying to recapture lost glory by digging themselves even deeper into the same controversies that brought about the downfall of their empire. From exploiting their daughter for content.
Where are we going?
The cool
Are you so excited?
To championing the most disgusting clickbaits, exaggerating a natural disaster for views.
There's always wildfires going on, but I believe that this is the biggest one to ever happen in California history. I saw that on some news sites. We didn't realize how crazy.
Taking advantage of more of their children in the name of content.
Posey, you cannot look that beautiful. You have to change. You can't leave the house looking that beautiful. Oh my gosh, who did your hair? Are you kidding me?
And just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, they became the faces of one of the most controversial documentaries ever made.
So what if you're watching this and you're thinking, should I keep my baby even though it's too hard? As a matter of fact, I was in that position. I was 19 when I got pregnant with Everly.
Oh, and as soon as the state laws was about to catch up with them, they relocated.
Okay, so before we tell you guys where we're moving to, I just want to give a quick little preface as to why we are leaving California.
But they weren't really gone. However, their desperate attempt to avoid the law has once again been interrupted, and word on the street is that they really got only themselves to blame. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the worrying story of the LeBrant family's rise to fame and why they may need to be stopped once more.
What's that age gap? So she's 3.5 years older than me. So like right now we're in that technically 4-year age gap where she recently turned 30. I'm 26. Whoa. So yeah, so I'll be 27
I know, I
very
don't
soon,
like
but
this age gap right here.
So, you ever had a hard time coming to terms with the fact that someone's not really as good as you initially made them out to be? Well, that's pretty much the case with the LeBrants, because for the longest time they had everyone believe that they were the perfect definition of what a healthy family channel looked like.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V.
So much so that when the cracks eventually started to show, most people couldn't bring themselves to identify these red flags for what they were until they became too obvious to ignore. I mean, for the longest time, accusations flew around about how this family, especially the parents Cole and Savannah, were suspects for using their children as money machines and exposing their everyday lives to all sorts of attention in the name of content. To make matters worse, people have also pointed to the fact that some of their most viewed videos feature their daughter, who's a minor, being at the forefront, and you really can't argue with that. And then there's also that one time they made her hold a spider despite knowing she's allergic.
there we go. Watch, don't move. Here. You're doing a good job, Ev. It's pretty cool. Oh.
I can't laugh.
No. Oh, hey.
But it wasn't until they started moving states to avoid child content laws that they really got exposed for the villains they really are. Oh, and by this time, they've also been involved in a fair amount of controversies that made canceling them even much easier, and that's what makes this all so interesting.
After that had happened, they didn't respect me anymore, and it was kind of just like, oh, that already happened, so what's the point in making her feel special? And it just, that was my personal view on it. Was just I didn't feel respected anymore.
But before we explore the peculiar downfall of the LeBrants, let's take a look at their rise to fame and how they managed to get everyone fooled for as long as they did. Now, there's certainly no talking about the LeBrant family without first talking about this dude, Cole LeBrant, the dad. See, Cole is probably the key figure in the LeBrant family dynamics, but for him, life in front of the camera started. Well, Savannah, on the other hand, wasn't hanging about either, because right about the same time, she was slowly making her own way despite being a single mother. She was also getting famous in her own right, as she built quite a significant following on Instagram, where she usually posted fashion and lifestyle content featuring herself and her daughter, Everly.
You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper poise when you talk to boys. Little ways to flirt and glance.
What this meant was that when the two of them eventually met in 2016, they were both already famous to a large extent, and perhaps that contributed to make their connection instant and quite intense as well. Oh, and as you would expect, they immediately became the talk of the entire internet, with many people gushing over the thought of the Christian boy getting down with the single mother model.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh. Wow. You guys pretty good lighting?
It seemed wholesome. It just felt right. And you could tell they knew it too, because in a matter of months, the lovebirds were already getting married.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
It was cute, no doubt, and from the onset, it was already clear that they'd planned to be a content family because they already created a channel, the famous LeBrant Family YouTube channel that now has millions of subscribers. Well, if this was the plan all along, then it was a damn good one because the channel became an instant hit. You know, like that one page that everyone could relate to in their everyday lives. The channel featured daily lifestyle content.
Come on, let's go.
We're going trick-or-treating.
Milestone achievements.
Good morning for you guys. It's actually, I just kind of randomly pulled out the camera here, and we're starting this vlog because it is the night before Everly's first day of kindergarten.
And of course, funny and viral pranks.
Just wash him up. Let me see your mouth.
It was the perfect recipe for the perfect family content channel, and the success was telling. Millions of followers were already stacking up in no time, and videos often had way more views. But while everything seemed perfect to the naked eye, drama was already brewing and the controversies weren't far away. The truth was about to surface. In 2019, Cole's tweet went viral when he was quoted saying, "First off, we don't use our children for fame. We hate the fame. It's the worst part of what we do." Savannah and I both had large followings before ever posting our kids. They're our kids in pride and joy, so of course we include them in everything we do now. I see you have kids. Oh, and as you might already suspect, statements like this don't just come out of the blue. As a matter of fact, this was Cole's desperate defense to allegations that he and Sav were taking advantage of their kids for content, and, well, you best believe these allegations did not come out of thin air either. See, while Cole was right about himself and his wife already having a lot of followers individually, their marriage was what you'd typically classify as a match made in heaven as far as content making was concerned. Two social media juggernauts coming together to form one mighty empire? Now that's the stuff of dreams. However, they weren't just building that empire on their own, because you didn't have to go through several of their videos to discover the real stars in these content.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. So today we are doing... Hi, my name's Everly, and what we're doing today is...
Yep, they were really fronting their kids, but then again, it's a family vlogging channel, and one could argue that it's nothing more, right? Well, that's where it actually gets interesting, because in this case, it's a little bit more than that. You see, when the LeBrant family channel was initially opened, the videos mostly featured the couple alone, with entries like how we met, surprised my girlfriend in California, and meet my beautiful girlfriend. All doing reasonably well, but not well enough for them, apparently. It was obvious that they wanted more, and it was in their search for a better format that they discovered their golden goose, Everly.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys were loving my videos. Today we're making slime.
Meet Everly LeBrant, or Evie, as she's famously referred to by her family and fans. Well, one thing you should know before it gets obvious is that while Evie and Sav's daughter, she'd already had before meeting Cole, but even at that, the connection between Cole and Everly was instant too and almost felt natural, and it didn't take long before she started featuring in their videos.
And so, yeah, if you turn it on this, let's see. We can look in the... Yep, so now it's on us. Yeah. So it should be like, just say, "Hey vlog, I'm gonna take over."
Hi guys, I'm gonna take over.
Okay.
Of course, Evie used to feature a lot on Savannah's IG when she was still a young single mother documenting her lifestyle. However, it was different now because she was about to be the star this time, but she didn't know it yet. Oh, and it's also worth mentioning that Everly was only 3 years old at the time, which births the exploiting children for content narrative. Of course, it was subtle initially, with Evie appearing as a side character in some of the very first videos on the channel.
Where are we going?
See Santa!
But as soon as they found that videos with her tend to have way more views, they switched up immediately and started showing her more.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, snap. She's gotta get down.
Fortunately, or unfortunately, this new tactic worked to perfection, with the channel getting an instant boom in both viewers and subscribers. As a result, they started fixing her into anything and everything, with videos like "Game Day has a sad ending." Family baking prank war. And our wedding video, all featuring her extensively and having massive views.
Monkey, I love you.
I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Cole LeBrant.
I can't stop crying.
However, the one that really stood out the most was 4 years old and daddy do cutest carpool karaoke ever. The video went crazy viral, reaching over 100 million views, which was mighty incredible. Oh, and to be honest, the video felt really wholesome and viewers couldn't agree more.
Hey Dad, want to listen to the radio?
Sure.
And he says, our song is the slam of screen doors, make it out, it's happening.
But while some viewers reveled in the cuteness of the video, others were already catching up to the grand scheme and realizing that the LeBrants may just be exploiting this little girl for content. The real question was, when does family content start feeling like child exploitation? Because if anything, the LeBrants were really flirting with that imaginary line, and it was about to get even worse. See, in the months that followed, privacy became a myth for poor little Everleigh, who was forced to grow up in front of the camera and in front of millions, no less. Whether she was dancing,
Can you show us? Oh, wow, that was good.
Are you serious? Do it again.
visiting Disneyland,
The Princess World. Who's she? She's your fairy godmother?
or enjoying herself on the water slide, the camera was always rolling, and that's the story of how every moment of her life became YouTube content. But it even gets worse, because it wasn't just the cute moments that made it to the timelines. Other questionable ones, like the video of Everleigh reacting emotionally to an April Fool's Day prank where they lied to her that they were giving away her dog, also surfaced.
We're giving Carl away to somebody else because we feel like we can't take good enough care of him at our house.
You can imagine putting the little girl in such a sad state with an insensitive prank and then documenting her grief for the world to see.
It's okay, Ev.
Well, it definitely ticked off a lot of viewers, and rightly so too, but little did we know that the LeBrants were still just getting started.
Roll call! Posing! Woo! Work it, girl! Roll call, Zealand! Come on, boy. Oh, yeah. Mom on Sunday.
See, there's a reason why child exploitation for content often gets frowned upon, and you bet it's a damn good one. Firstly, the fact that uploading every moment of a child's life exposes them to all kinds of people on the internet that can often compromise their safety. Secondly, it also highlights their mistakes, and since these videos have evidence that is almost impossible to completely erase, it often makes it harder for these kids to outgrow such narratives once they've been established.
Put children in that situation, and how can such a situation disrupt important factors of child development, such as trust, attachment, predictability, consistency, security?
But most importantly, the mental effect can be telling at times, meaning that these kids would have to spend a lot of their adult lives trying to get over the trauma it often comes with. But it seems the LeBrants long chose to ignore the possibilities and focus on making some good old-fashioned engagement bucks, because, as it turned out, they didn't stop at Everleigh. Yep, you heard that right. See, the LeBrant family has since expanded from just one kid to 5. And if you're thinking like Big Cole here, then that's just more avenue to get even richer with the so-called family vlogging business, which is exactly what it was turning into.
Baby and Everleigh were busy making a new dinner.
Yeah. It's like a sausage. Yeah, at the end. It's like a sausage Italian.
Oh, and they weren't just featuring the main LeBrant family channel. Nope. Cole and Savannah made sure to create and handle Instagram accounts for each one of them, even for Beckham Blue, who's only 2 years old. According to this Reddit post, they brand themselves as faith-based, family-first, and protective of their kids, yet their entire income depends on exploiting those same kids' most vulnerable moments. And guess what? It's not so far from the truth, because they actually do front as a relatively religious Christian family with core family values. But then again, it's also true that these kids are their primary, if not their only source of income at this point. Now, what do you call that if it's not exploitation? Well, while you ponder on that, the LeBrants definitely aren't sitting around holding hands in fellowship. Nope, not while Big Cole and Sav still find it difficult to stay out of controversies.
This Christian family has been canceled time and time again for their shocking opinions. The LeBrant family has been built on controversy from the very start.
But before we get into that, let's take a quick look at the state law that finally exposed them for good.
We are leaving California. We are leaving California. There's your first hint. And there's a bunch of reasons. Savannah and I, the family, we talked about the possibility of leaving California for a long time now. This isn't like a spur of the moment thing. This isn't a reason.
When the LeBrants announced their move from California to Tennessee in 2023, it didn't come as much of a shock because they had cited some solid reasons for relocating. In a video titled "The LeBrant Fam is Moving from California," Cole stated that the reason they're moving is mainly because they needed a change of scenery and that the entire family are united in that decision.
And there's a bunch of reasons. Savannah and I, the family, we talked about the possibility of leaving California for a long time now. This isn't like a spur of the moment thing. This isn't a recent thing. This has been a long thing since we've been married and growing our family. And obviously, you know, California's expensive, and there's a lot of reasons that way into this.
Valid, if we're being reasonable, but little did we know that there was more to this relocation than the LeBrants were telling us. At the time, the move, or at least the reason behind it, was met with only a little scrutiny, with most people only raising eyebrows at the lavished $4.5 million they spent on their new home in Nashville. For some reason, even the suspicious bunch only thought the real reason was to escape the extra taxes in California, which may not have been entirely inaccurate.
California, the beaches, the weather, the taxes.
However, it only took a few months later for the truth to surface, and it certainly didn't take long for people to catch up with what was yet another LeBrant gimmick. It was discovered that the state of California was in serious discussion to pass the Child Blogger Bill of Rights that literally sent family content creators into a frenzy. What's the bill about? Well, it was basically a law that required creators who feature children in their content to remit 65% of the child's earnings into a Coogan account for when they become adults. Seems fair enough, doesn't it? Well, it certainly didn't sound that simple for greedy family content creators who would rather relocate completely than agree to keep for their own kids the money they're actually extorting from them.
There is a new law that just went into effect in California, and I will read it to you. Effective January 1st, 2025, content creators who feature minors in at least 30% of their content must deposit 65% of the minor's gross earnings.
In light of this interesting new piece of information, one particular family started to make the headlines, and they were none other than your favorite family bloggers. Now, remember when Cole made this tweet claiming they do not use their children for fame? Well, it was all unraveling fast, and that particular tweet certainly didn't age well. Also, the illusion of moving to Tennessee to rebrand into the perfect family became undone as critics and commentary channels were having a filled day exposing them and calling them out as frauds.
When they reach adulthood, they are moving to Tennessee to avoid having to pay their kids what they are earning off of them.
Of course, they were quick to debunk this as just mere speculation and stood by the original reason they gave initially. But barely 3 years after their move to Tennessee, they are already hinting at moving again. Why? Well, guess who just implemented a new child content law? Yeah, you got that right. Tennessee. There's no escaping the backlash this time. Even after the LeBrants once again denied the rumors, the internet seems to have already made up its mind and their reputation is sealed. A family channel that exploits their own kids for views, money, and fame. But this certainly isn't their first time making the headlines for all the wrong reasons, as they're quite used to being the subject of one controversy or the other.
So this is Cole LeBrant and this is Savannah LeBrant. They have a family channel together and they recently posted a 43-minute video.
Here's where you take out the popcorn because the story of this model family is about to take a turn off the wrong lane. And that's just putting it mildly.
Like, it's anti-choice propaganda that's filled with falsehoods, misinformation, and actively spreading very harmful and disgusting companies that sole purpose is to try to women's bodies.
Of course, of the several times the LeBrants have landed at the center of controversies, none was more heavily debated than that time they split the world in two with their infamous 2022 documentary about the morality of, you know, abortion. But that was when all hell broke loose, because the things they were about to be saying in this podcast showcased all shades of red flags.
So I feel like a lot of people watching or listening might not know how abortions are performed, you know? I think you hear pro-choice and it sounds right because it's like, oh, well, the mother should be able to decide whether to keep or not keep, but they don't understand what not keep means.
The entire podcast started off on one wrong foot, since they thought it would be a good idea to compare abortion statistics to famous inhumane genocides like the Ugandan genocide, the Cambodian genocide, and even the Holocaust.
Possible for us to love both the mother and the baby. Maybe the answer isn't either or, but rather both. I have my personal convictions. You have yours. We're all so different, and that's okay.
Of course, this was completely unacceptable, since they didn't just compare, but tried to undermine some of the most notorious massacres in world history. So while they felt they were making good points with their punchlines,
and I feel like it's so necessary for people to know.
Yeah.
Because I think that if this is what's going to happen, the media and news outlets and people can just downplay it.
Yeah. And even with like the little bit that I did know,
what they actually did was cross the line and infuriate people. So they didn't just effectively nullify whatever message they said the podcast was trying to pass, but they also put themselves on the chop block, as critics immediately classified them as anti-Semites. Tell you what, the worst part of all of it was the fact that the documentary was uploaded to a channel that clearly had millions of young viewers and subscribers. There was definitely no sugarcoating this particular situation, and the backlash was inevitable for the LeBrants. It even got worse to the extent that platforms had to intervene, with YouTube immediately demonetizing the video and Instagram removing all promotional posts about it. But then, in the midst of all these, the LeBrants still refused to take down the video despite the unrivaled criticism it attracted, especially on Twitter. The critics certainly didn't hold back, and unsurprisingly so, too, well, because if you play stupid, you damn well expect stupid prizes, right? Even Reddit threads had them up on the cross with comments like this one calling out their obvious hypocrisy, and this one scrutinizing the message and its timing. The heat was so much that both Cole and Savannah had to delete their Twitter accounts. Also, this particular controversy may be the one that seals the fate of their reputation as long as critics are concerned, but you'd be too benevolent to think it's their only one, because, well, it doesn't even scratch it. For one, the fact that they've been married for 7 years and already have 4 kids in that time is one of the topics that come up when you mention the LeBrants. Bro was even quoted in an Instagram post saying that Savannah has either been pregnant or breastfeeding for 95% of their 7-year marriage, and that he doesn't know if he'll even like her still after she's done being pregnant and breastfeeding, because he doesn't know what that's like anymore. Now, that may sound strange, but you'll also find that with this family, it's literally just one gimmick after another. But there's no forgetting that the time they crossed the line again by using their daughter's health condition as clickbait.
Clickbaited a lot of their supporters, a lot of their subscribers, saying that their kid had cancer. And guys, first things first, let me tell you, cancer is nothing to play around with. This is a very bad.
Apparently, if there's even anything the LeBrants won't do for engagement, joking about their daughter having cancer isn't one of them. See, in 2021, the LeBrants trended for pulling another distasteful prank when they hinted that their daughter, Posey, had been diagnosed with cancer. The video was titled, "She Got Diagnosed with Cancer," and the thumbnail suggested they were talking about their daughter. Yeah, you can imagine the fear that sparked among fans and viewers who had Posey's best interest at heart, but then a closer look at the video revealed it was only a clickbait, and their daughter was not remotely close to getting diagnosed.
My Instagram Explore page is just filled with kids with cancer and different families with cancer, and it's just never ending. It's never ending. It's never ending.
In the end, it turned out that they were only talking about children having cancer and just used their daughter to scare people into watching. Yeah. Turns out this couple are either that clueless or just downright deranged with their decision making at times. Much like that time they thought it would be wise to withdraw their daughter, Everleigh, from school so they'd have extra hands helping at home.
And one of the reasons that Savannah in particular said that she wanted to homeschool her was because she wanted help and support with all of the children that she was having. She said because she was going to have 3 young children under the age of 3, Everly would be very helpful. Everly, by the way, is 9.
It's just completely insane to think that you can just sacrifice your child's education because you want them to be helping you at home. But then again, these are the LeBrants, and we've learned to expect anything from them, especially when it's, liable to reel in more views for them. Oh, and talking about clickbaiting, did you know the LeBrants once lied with a fire disaster just for views?
I'm going far, far away.
We're going away from the fire so you don't have to be scared anymore. Yeah.
A pair of famous YouTubers are being called out after claiming they had to leave their California home due to the area's wildfires.
So you probably heard or read about the wildfire that ravaged parts of California back in 2018, right? Well, that was obviously a sad time for the state, but guess what? Well, apparently some residents thought it would be cool to make the entire thing about them. And yeah, the culprits were, you know who.
It smells like fire. It smells like there's like 1,000 people smoking cigarettes.
I mean, we've seen them exploit their kids for clout, so this might probably not come as much of a surprise, but it sure didn't go down well for them back then, or at least not as they might have thought it would. So what exactly did they do? Well, as is typical of them, they tried to farm engagements by claiming they've been affected by the fire by posting a video titled, "We left our home because of the fires in California." Now, while they really did leave their home, a closer look at the video showed that the fire was absolutely nowhere close to their house like they claimed.
So this is our roof, and there's a fire, so pretty close.
So making a video and then pretending to be affected was just another of their little clickbaits. Exactly. And if you're still thinking, who in their right mind pulls a stunt like that? Well, you probably haven't met the engagement and attention-hungry LeBrants. And while they did get the attention they sought, it wasn't all rosy. And it definitely wasn't anything like the hero's reception they'd have hoped for from their fans. The message was quite clear. A disaster as serious as this isn't content material, and you sure as hell shouldn't be making it about you.
So Savannah and I have a pretty good teamwork combination where she does the baby. She does the baby throughout the night, which is why she's sleeping in this morning. So we'll put the baby to bed at 10 p.m. whenever we go to sleep, and then he'll wake up to eat again at 2 a.m., which Savannah does. She lets me sleep through the night, and then she does the baby again at 6 a.m. You all done? Good job.
For a family notorious for controversies as the LeBrants, there's no denying that the negative attention kind of went down after their move to Tennessee. Perhaps they finally got tired of wanting to be in the spotlight no matter the cost, or maybe it's just the amount of responsibility that comes with taking care of not 1, not 2, but 5 kids.
Guys, it is getting lit in the LeBrant family household.
I guess that's one way.
And by lit, I mean, if you are thinking about having 5 kids, think again.
Okay.
Nowadays, their style is less aggressive, and even the frequency of their uploads have significantly changed. What used to be a channel for daily vlogging has now been reduced to occasional uploads on milestone celebrations.
Okay, it is the kids' first day of school. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
They're no longer focusing on the clickbaiting, but are rather shifting to more matured content, if you can even believe it. Still wired, but the change is undeniable. Their newer content now feature clips about not wanting any more children.
Leading into that, I think we're done having kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is the first time where I'm like...
And Cole getting a vasectomy, which is long overdue if you ask me.
That being said, guys,
It's a fun season.
I got a vasectomy consultation tomorrow.
He does.
At 2:30 p.m. with my urologist.
He's so excited about it.
Of course, there are suggestions that the backlash they faced might have ultimately led to the change in lifestyle. As a matter of fact, the family now appears more on other platforms like Instagram and TikTok, where they still boast a relatively incredible fan base. However, there's just no denying that the LeBrants and the entire family influencer niche might never reach the heights they once enjoyed, and that's mostly due to the criticism this type of content attracts. Something else that's pretty much undeniable is that while the LeBrants really did enjoy a massive career, their affinity to even bigger controversies may well be the real reason behind their downfall and the ultimate shift from their type of content.
I won. You guys both have to jump in the pool.
Now, with the dark side of family influencers finally exposed, it's definitely gotten bigger than just the LeBrants, with emphasis being laid on why family channels shouldn't be allowed to profit from children.
You want to accuse me of being in an inappropriate relationship with my daughter?
You guys have sick heads. How could that be the first thing you think about when a father hugs his... Answer the ones we feel comfortable answering.
Don't you love me and you know it makes me sad? It's just a cigarette like you always used to do. I was different then, I don't need them to be cool.
Today we'll be talking about a TikTok family that's unsettled many people on the internet, known on the app as the daddy-daughter dream team. Both Sarah and Patrick have recently drawn attention for their unusual and concerning online behavior. They first appeared on TikTok under the alias Just a Dad and His Ladybug, and almost immediately they attracted scrutiny for all the wrong reasons. Viewers were uncomfortable with their TikToks for several reasons, and they both appeared unusually close, often in ways that a father and daughter should not be. Holding hands, standing too closely together, and frequently dancing to songs typically meant for couples. These were some of the early signs that alarmed viewers. One of the videos that raised the most concern shows Patrick presenting his daughter with a purity ring while kneeling down in front of her. This moment led the internet to look more closely into the duo, and what people discovered went far beyond expectations. An AI account posting content linked directly to Patrick was uncovered. As the internet kept digging, the story continued to grow even more sinister. In fact, the recent developments surrounding the duo have literally left the internet horrified. If you have not been following this story, know that Sarah and Patrick's situation goes beyond typical lolcow controversies and enters truly dark territory. So watch with caution, as this story can be triggering for some viewers. Both Sarah and Patrick Getchels started creating videos on TikTok back in 2023. Sarah at the time was reportedly 20 years old, as their older account titled Just a Dad and His Ladybug was eventually wiped from the platform. There are very few archived videos from that period. However, one surviving video managed to capture widespread attention and even went viral beyond TikTok. In this video, Patrick can be seen presenting his young adult daughter with a purity ring. While this alone made many viewers uncomfortable, what raised even more concern was the way it was presented. Patrick went down on one knee in front of his own daughter, framing it in a manner that resembled a proposal.
I want to thank you for remaining pure. Okay, and I want to give you something.
What?
I want to give you something.
Okay.
Okay? So, Sarah.
Yeah. What are you doing? What? What is this?
Sarah, will you wear this ring as a sign and a promise to God and to me to remain pure until the day you're married?
Yes. That is gorgeous.
Give me your left hand. Okay. This ring will remain on your left ring finger until the day your husband puts another ring there in its place.
Okay.
As a sign that you will remain pure.
Nice.
I love you.
I love you too.
You're a sweet girl.
I like it.
The video immediately drew strong reactions. Many creators on TikTok began discussing how unusual and inappropriate their dynamic appeared. A large number of them also expressed concern for Sarah's well-being.
Should this father be responsible for his daughter's purity? This is Patrick and Sarah. They are the father-daughter duo that make up the Dream Team family. Sarah is in her 20s and she still lives at home with her family because she says she wants to. Sarah used to be a content creator on her own, but her father saw what she was doing and felt like she was headed in the wrong direction. So he stepped in, redirected her, and Sarah says he fixed her life. Now they're creating content together.
Let's compare the dad and daughter dream team proposals and how it's clear he's treating his daughter Sarah like his wife more so than his actual wife.
In regards to the father-daughter dream team scenario going on, here's my thoughts. She keeps saying that nothing's going on, which, fine, maybe nothing's going on physically, right? But as a society, we have boundaries with touch and space, usually with family. That's just how things work, right? And even if nothing is going on physically, There's something strange going on emotionally.
Interestingly, as soon as people began taking notice of their account and pointing out how uncomfortable and withdrawn Sarah seemed in the video, the account was suddenly set to private. Not long after, it was permanently deleted from the platform. But that was far from the end. In fact, it marked the beginning of a new phase as both Patrick and Sarah reappeared on TikTok sometime later under a new alias. Their new account, titled Daddy and Daughter Dream Team, currently has over 73.4k followers. The earliest video on this account dates back to May 2023. At first, the content on this new account appeared relatively harmless. Viewers who were unaware of their earlier controversy flooded the comments with positive responses. Many seemed to enjoy their dance routines and participation in trending challenges. However, it didn't take long for people to start noticing something off about their behavior. For instance, Sarah and Patrick would often dance to songs that were suggestive in nature and typically associated with couples. They also appeared unusually physically close. There was frequent hand-holding, prolonged hugging, and a noticeable lack of personal space between them, behavior that many felt crossed typical parent-child boundaries. In several videos, the way they held hands and interacted while dancing led viewers to comment that they resembled a couple more than a father and daughter. What made things even more uncomfortable for many was the way that they often looked at each other in a seemingly affectionate and intimate manner. This aspect in particular left a number of viewers feeling uneasy.
If you hurt my girl, you will answer directly to me, and whatever we both know.
One specific video that raised significant concern involved a dunk challenge. In this clip, Patrick is seen touching Sarah in ways that many viewers found inappropriate, such as stroking her neck, playing with her ponytail, and patting her head. The interaction appeared uncomfortable and concerning to a large portion of the audience.
What year was I born?
1981?
Good. Sorry, it's just getting warmed up here.
Yeah!
So, let's see. How old was I when you were born?
21?
Are you getting nervous?
No.
Okay. So, what's my favorite movie?
I know this one. The original Star Trek?
Nope. The Never-Ending Story.
Yeah, I knew that too.
At this point, many viewers began to feel that something was not right, and concerns for Sarah's well-being grew more serious. Patrick, in response to the growing criticism, eventually felt the need to address the negative comments in one of his TikTok videos.
Thank you all for the great comments. I know there's still some comments out there that are saying, oh, this is a little off, or blink 3 times if whatever. I don't care. These aren't going to affect us. They're not going to affect this channel. We're going to still bring you the dance trends that you love. We're going to still bring you the lip syncs that you love. So follow us and watch us grow. And
this video is strange because why would you even feel the need to address an allegation like this if you believe it's completely baseless? And Patrick and Sarah did not just respond once, they addressed it multiple times on their account. In another video where Sarah can be seen standing beside her mother, Teresa, wearing a shirt that says his ladybug, she makes a statement that many viewers found deeply unsettling.
So yeah, there's nothing else but dance trends and fun going on here. I promise.
Why would someone feel the need to say something like this? If nothing inappropriate is happening between Patrick and Sarah, why are they so insistent on repeatedly convincing their audience that everything's normal? This led many viewers to question whether Sarah was being influenced or coached on what to say. Across the platform, people began to feel that this dynamic did not appear healthy and that Sarah might be in a vulnerable position. While in many of their TikToks, Sarah can be seen initiating physical contact with her father or happily holding his hands, there are also moments where her body language appears more reserved and uneasy, at times leaning away or avoiding contact, while Patrick continues to move into her personal space.
Hello everyone, I'm Sarah and this is my dad Patrick.
we love to dance together.
And lip sync.
And get a little crazy sometimes.
Well, you do that normally.
You call me crazy?
That's like God love homecoming.
I'm not that big. Alright guys, so So. That's it. So, dress up for yourself. It's actually really good.
Yep.
Yes, until next time.
Moments like these only intensified the scrutiny, and at this point, concern for Sarah had grown significantly. Some viewers even began reaching out to her directly, offering help and encouraging her to blink twice if she needed assistance. It's important to note that in situations involving manipulation or individuals may not always recognize or accept help. They may be conditioned to believe that their situation's normal, which is why some viewers believed Sarah might not see anything wrong herself if that were the case. At one point, Sarah posted a video where she appeared visibly frustrated by the ongoing accusations. Once again, she insisted that nothing unusual was happening.
So me and my family are out hiking right now, and we saw this comment and had to respond. But this is the last time I'm responding to comments like these. I post all the videos. I read every comment that you guys post. No, I don't need help. I'm perfectly fine. This is my father. We're doing dance trends and other trends on TikTok. There's absolutely nothing going on here. I don't need help. I'm fine. So just please stop commenting this stuff. I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm perfectly safe.
What stood out to many viewers in this video, though, was not just what she was saying, but how she appeared, looking tired, with a noticeably strained and worn expression. This led to further speculation about whether her discomfort in certain videos and her overall appearance could be linked to ongoing stress or pressure. While the frequent physical closeness, dancing to couple-oriented songs, and Patrick's behavior could, at a glance, be interpreted as an overly affectionate father-daughter bond, additional details that later surfaced added more weight to the concerns people were already raising. For example, it was revealed during a live stream that Sarah had been homeschooled beyond the age of 11. Some viewers speculated that this might explain why she appeared socially reserved, continued living with her parents at 21, and did not seem to have visible connections outside her immediate family. For many, that raised further concern about her level of independence. There were also instances where Sarah mentioned in comments that her father often chose her clothing, and that means clothes like this, and even this. He literally bought his daughter a dress that oddly resembled a nightgown, and she wore it to a dinner date with him. Another detail that unsettled many viewers was the family's living situation at the time they began posting on TikTok. The Getchell family was reportedly living in a one-bedroom motel or hotel room. Along with Patrick, Sarah, and her mother Teresa, the family also includes a teenage son named Hunter. This meant 3 adults and a teenager were sharing a very limited space, possibly with only one bed and a pull-out couch. For many viewers, this raised further questions, especially considering that Sarah was already an adult. On top of that, Sarah's mother Teresa was barely seen on camera. Although she often appeared to be the one recording their videos, she herself remained mostly absent from them. The explanation given was that she was highly introverted and camera shy.
Hello everyone. So we've been getting a lot of questions like this. Where's mom? Mom reveal. Here she is. This is my mother. Her and my dad have been married for 22 years. They are very happy. She just doesn't like appearing on camera very often.
Hi guys. Yeah, I don't like being in front of cameras, but I'm behind the camera. I'm with them all the time. I'm supporting them, and I have a part in it too. So yeah, you finally got to see me, and here I am.
What concerned the audience even more was that Teresa also did not seem to find anything unusual about the dynamic between her husband and daughter. She appeared supportive of their content and largely unaware of why it was drawing criticism. Some viewers also believe that Patrick and Sarah's reasoning that Teresa is camera shy and does not want to be in TikToks is also a lie, because at some instances during live streams, Teresa was seen eager to be on camera while the duo kept pushing her away. This clip sparked a lot of discussion about the role of Teresa in that family and whether she was purposely kept away from this whole situation. As these questions continued to circulate and scrutiny around the family grew, their online presence suddenly shifted. Around May 2024, the Daddy and Daughter Dream Team account was deactivated. The exact reason remains unclear, but during this period, Sarah stayed active on her solo account, Made with Love by Sarah. On this account, she was mostly seen alone, posting dance routines, makeup transitions, and other trending content. Meanwhile, the main account featuring her father appeared to be gone, leading many to believe it had been permanently removed. However, almost a year later, in February 2025, the account was suddenly reactivated. Surprisingly, it retained its followers and previous engagement. Shortly after, they announced their return to TikTok.
The Dream Team is back. It's funny because I can't believe how this happened, okay? I was actually trying to create the new Dream Team account like we announced on Sarah's channel. And when I was trying to create the new Dream Team account, I was going to use the same email because I thought it was deleted a year ago.
Yeah, like we deleted it, so we thought it was gone. We didn't have any chance of getting it back.
Exactly.
This return marked the beginning of a new phase. More attention was drawn to the duo, and with that came increased scrutiny. Once the account was back, they resumed posting content similar to before. Dance trends, often to romantic songs, and videos where they appeared physically very close to each other. During one particularly uncomfortable live stream, Patrick was also seen interacting with Sarah in a way that many viewers felt resembled a romantic dynamic, while Sarah appeared visibly uneasy.
Okay, you need to go to bed.
Okay, pillow.
I am not a pillow.
You're not?
Nope.
Okay.
This led to another wave of negative reactions, and once again, both Sarah and Patrick responded with multiple posts insisting that nothing inappropriate was happening. In one video, they even attempted to explain why they were always touching each other in their videos.
Hugging.
Yeah.
Holding hands, touching. This is the way our family operates. Now, a lot of people have said, I don't see you touch your wife like that much, or your son. Well, that's because they're not on camera all the time. We are.
Yeah.
I assure you that during the course of the day, I hug Hunter several times, my wife quite a lot. We are a family that loves to hug and touch and hold hands. I hold hands with my wife. I hold hands with Hunter. She does
I
too.
hold hands with Hunter. I hold hands with Mom. I hold hands with him.
This is how our family dynamic is. And honestly, the fact that so many people find it weird, it may be to you. And if that's your family dynamic, then fine. Some people said, I don't hold my dad's hand. Well, that's your business.
That's your choice.
People watching this video were definitely not convinced. Many found it unusual that both of them felt the need to address something they claimed was completely false with such intensity. If there was nothing to it, why continue posting lengthy videos trying to justify it? From Sarah and Patrick's perspective, it was simply trolls with inappropriate assumptions trying to twist their content into something it wasn't. But at the same time, they would go on to post content like participating in a bikini trend together that many viewers felt only added to the discomfort and confusion. We don't know what kind of environment they grew up in, but in a normally functioning setting, an adult daughter posting a bikini trend alongside her father is something many people would find an unusual and difficult thing to overlook. Seeing the volume of negative comments on their account and the controversies that were steadily piling up, Patrick decided in April 2025 that he and Sarah would no longer engage in physical contact in their videos. He posted a lengthy video announcing his decision, and for the time being, he did follow through with it.
We're going to back off. Okay, we're still close. We're still going to be together. We're still going to be doing this together, but we're not going to have to do all the hugging. We'll stand separately when we talk. We'll do all that so that it doesn't appear to be a problem. And that's something we should have done, and I'm sorry.
But there were developments on the horizon that would take this story into an even more concerning direction. While the daddy and daughter Dream Team account was gaining traction for all the wrong reasons, another online space connected to both Sarah and Patrick was also drawing attention. This was a Reddit snark page dedicated entirely to discussing them. People were regularly visiting this subreddit to piece together more information about the situation. Then around May 2025, users came across something that immediately sparked widespread discussion. It was discovered that both Sarah and Patrick were allegedly connected to an AI-generated adult account under the name Ariella Brigman. This Ariella persona appeared to exist across multiple platforms: Instagram, Reddit, Twitter, and even OnlyFans, where it consistently posted explicit adult-oriented content. But how exactly was this account linked to Sarah and Patrick, and how did people even come across it in the first place? The starting point was a video posted by Sarah on her solo account. In this clip, she appears to be lip-syncing to a highly unusual AI-generated song. While the strange nature of the audio itself caught some attention, what stood out more was the source of the song, an AI account listed on Spotify. As people began digging further, they found that several social media profiles were tied to the name Ariella Brigman, an AI adult model. These accounts were consistently posting explicit imagery. Most notably, the account appeared to follow Sarah, and it was not an account that followed many people back. There were additional connections as well. On one of Ariella's Instagram posts, a like was traced back to an account named Future SeaWorld Trainer, which is known to belong to Sarah. It's also widely known among viewers of their content that Sarah has expressed a strong interest in becoming a trainer at SeaWorld, making this connection stand out even more. But the links did not stop there. On Ariella's Venmo account, the cover image features a book, one that was co-written by Patrick and Sarah themselves. The book, The Firebound Harmony, was published on April 2024, and both of them had spent a considerable amount of time promoting it on TikTok. And now, strangely, its cover is on the Venmo page of an adult AI model. While there is limited concrete evidence, some Reddit users also claimed that Patrick's personal accounts were interacting with this AI model online, which many people found deeply unsettling. At this point, with multiple connections seemingly tying Ariella back to both Patrick and Sarah, a large number of people following the situation were convinced that the account was not random, but somehow linked to them. What's strange is that the moment people on Reddit discovered this unsettling AI character and began digging deeper into the accounts connected to it, those accounts were suddenly shut down. It led many to believe that Sarah and Patrick may have been monitoring the subreddit themselves, and as soon as they realized the accounts were being exposed, they quickly removed Ariella's presence from the internet. Shortly after this, Sarah posted a video on TikTok denying any connection to inappropriate AI content.
And finally, there's a rumor going around that my dad and I created an AI that made spicy content on OnlyFans. Their whole basis for this accusation is that this AI posted a song. I saw it on TikTok and I liked it, so I made a lip sync. I also followed the account in case they posted more music I liked. Excuse me for liking an AI song, but that does not prove that we were behind the account. As for the spicy content they allegedly posted, we would never post content like that. Hell, we don't even know how to use AI like that. The most we've done with AI is get a few name ideas for characters in our book. Well, there you go. I finally addressed what everyone wanted me to address. Thank you for boosting our account by nearly 600 followers in a single day. We do appreciate it so very much. Until next time, remember to stay.
In the video, she claimed that they were not behind the Ariella Brigman accounts, and instead they did not even know how to use AI. However, this claim raised further skepticism, as many viewers pointed out that their book cover itself appears to be AI generated. They'd also had previously created and shared AI-related content tied to their book. Additionally, several readers on Goodreads have left reviews suggesting that the writing felt heavily AI-assisted. So, if they were being untruthful about their use of AI, many believed it was possible they were also being untruthful about their connection to Ariella. At this point, Sarah and Patrick's story had taken a much more concerning turn. Until now, most of the attention had been focused on their unusual TikTok content, but with the discovery of Ariella Brigman, many felt there was something more serious beneath the surface. As a result, online investigators became even more determined to uncover what was really going on. The next discovery that circulated online involved Patrick's family background. According to claims shared by users, Patrick's had two brothers who were listed on his offender registry. He also admitted to maintaining contact with them in one of his videos. This detail deeply unsettled many people, especially considering he has children of his own, including a minor son.
That is, perfect example, they brought up my brother's convictions. Yes, my brothers were convicted as sex offenders. That's their problem, not mine. Okay, yes, I still talk to my brothers. They're my brothers. Hello. I mean, I don't condone their crimes, but you don't abandon family. They pay their price to society. Leave them alone.
For many viewers, this raised further questions about the environment he came from and the influences around him. Around this time, both Sarah and Patrick continued to firmly deny any connection to the Ariella Brigman accounts. By removing those accounts, it appeared as though they believed the issue had been resolved. However, that was not the case. Soon after, users began tracing their activities to another platform called Lit Erotica, a website known for user-submitted fictional stories with adult themes. On this site, people found accounts that they believed could be linked to either Patrick or Sarah. One account account named Babe for Dad featured stories centered around a father-daughter relationship, which many found highly disturbing. Adding to the suspicion, the profile picture of this account appeared similar to the cover of Sarah and Patrick's book, Firebound Harmony. While some users remained uncertain about whether this account was directly connected to them, there was another account on the platform that drew even stronger reactions, an account named Miss Ariella. This suggested that the Ariella Brigman persona was not limited to platforms like Instagram, Reddit, or TikTok, but may have also extended to lit erotica where similar themes were being posted. The discovery of this account led to many questioning whether all of the other AI accounts were being operated solely by Patrick. The nature of the content associated with these accounts intensified concerns that had already been building around their online presence. At this point, even some creators who had previously given Patrick the benefit of the doubt began to reconsider their stance. Many started to believe that there could be deeper issues at play and that Sarah's situation might be more complex than it initially appeared. As discussions and speculation continued to grow, around August 2025, Sarah posted on TikTok announcing that the Dream Team account was no longer active and that she would be continuing on her own moving forward.
Well guys, here I am. I'm sorry to say, but the Dream Team is gone. We just couldn't post content together anymore knowing how people saw it, especially with the latest bull they're trying to spread. All the rumors are false, but there's nothing I can do. People are going to believe it, and I can't stop them, so we're done creating content together.
Soon after making this announcement and distancing herself slightly from her father, Sarah claimed that she had finally moved out. She also stated that she had gotten a job. According to her, she had moved into a new apartment located about 30 minutes away from her parents and was now focusing on her own growth and independence.
We got it. We picked up the keys this morning, we signed the lease, we paid the first month's rent. Our new apartment is officially ours. So enjoy some clips of the new place, and yeah, we move in tomorrow.
During this time, Sarah posted a number of moving into a new apartment videos. She even gave viewers a tour of her new place.
I wouldn't do a full apartment tour, but I figured I'd give you guys a little taste of what my apartment looks like. So this is my bed. As you can see, Jackie has kind of taken it over. But I set it up over here in the far corner along with my nightstand with some plants and my books. And then this is my dresser area. I have some pictures of my grandpa, our first ever copy of our book, and something playing on the TV. I can't even remember what was playing at the time I filmed this. I put some of my plants up there too. Yeah, I love it. And then this is my filming area, my basically quote-unquote living room. I've got my couch with my nice fuzzy blanket over the back of it. That is so comfortable, by the way. And my nice little backdrop that looks like a bookshelf. I like it. And then this is my table, my coffee table. Yes, that is a Christmas tree. Don't come for me. I love Christmas. And then a couple of my other plants next to it. I know the tablecloth is blue, but that will be changed to pink very soon. And then this is my kitchen area. I've got my pink dinnerware set, my pink knives. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any pink dish soap, but blue works just as well. Besides, that's the platinum, and I love Dawn Platinum. It's just so easy to clean. And then my closet area, I've hung up my dresses, my nice shirts. I'm gonna get some more hangers to hang up more of my clothes, and I've got my hanging storage container that I put my towels in, and that at the top is my old Girl Scout sash. And here's a little clip of Jackie enjoying her new toy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of apartment tour. Yeah, I love my new apartment. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I hope you guys love it too. See you next time. Bye.
For a moment, people felt genuinely happy for her, especially those who believed she might have been in a vulnerable situation. Seeing her move out gave the impression that she would finally have her own life, earning her own money, possibly making new connections, and gaining clarity about everything people had been pointing out for so long. But that is not how things unfolded. If anything, the situation took a very dark turn. It later appeared that Sarah had not actually moved out of the extended stay living space she shared with her parents, and that the entire situation may have been misrepresented. As soon as she began claiming she had moved out, viewers started noticing that her new apartment looked strikingly similar to her previous living space. She appeared to have the same small bed, which resembled a fold-out. Not only that, but people on Reddit pointed out that she seemed to be using the same utensils that had previously been seen in Patrick's kitchen. The layout of her apartment also appeared very similar to her parents' living space. The kitchen in particular looked nearly identical identical. The bathroom where Sarah filmed several of her videos also appeared to match the one from her previous setting. On top of that, viewers noticed that whenever Sarah showed her apartment, she avoided giving a full view. Instead, she focused on filming specific angles and close-up shots of certain areas. This led many to question whether she had actually moved out at all or if the entire situation was being misrepresented. Then, more recently, during a highly controversial interview that both Patrick and Sarah gave to a creator named Hannah, Sarah clarified that she had not moved 30 minutes away, but rather to a nearby building, seemingly confirming the audience's suspicions.
So people are curious then if you got your own apartment. I think in one of your actual comments to somebody else, you had said you're about 30 minutes from your parents. So how are you getting transportation back and forth to, your job and seeing your parents every day? Are they coming to you? Are you going to them? Are you Ubering? Like, kind of what does that look like?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to make this very clear. I did move out, but I didn't move far. I moved to the next building because it's easier that way. That way they don't have to go very far when they need to pick up Jackie, because again, I don't want to leave her alone for 10 hours per day with her anxiety issues. But it's like, I take Uber back and forth to work because it's really the only logical way to get to work. Like, a bus ticket is like $5. Well, actually Uber's more expensive, but I prefer Uber because I don't want to take a bus to work, so I Uber back and forth to work, and they just come pick up Jackie and take her to their apartment, and then, And the reason I don't show my whole apartment is for my own personal safety reasons, because I just don't, like, that's like my own space. I just don't want to be showing my entire personal space online.
And, of course, I guess it probably would be a good idea to explain why you lied about being 30 minutes away.
It's because I don't really know how to explain it. I didn't want people to, like, come at me because I didn't move farther away. Like, I didn't want to be, bullied into, like, why didn't you move further away? Why did you only move out of the building? It's personal safety reasons. Like,
even after this explanation, many people remained unconvinced. Some believed there was still more being left unsaid, and that she may not have changed her living situation as much as she suggested. During the interview, she did not address why her apartment looked so similar to her parents' space or why she had been hesitant to show the full layout on camera. This only strengthened the belief among viewers that she may still have been living with her parents. Those suspicions were later reinforced when Sarah admitted in one of her videos that she had not actually moved out, and that she had created that impression to reduce the attention and speculation surrounding her situation.
Everyone, so I've been thinking long and hard a lot recently, and I can't move forward with content without apologizing to everyone. I never moved out. I only made that up because I was so tired of all the hate and everyone constantly telling me to move out. I know it was wrong to deceive everyone with the wish list. I am so sorry that I misled everyone. I did use everything that was gifted to decorate my room, but that doesn't excuse asking for it under the guise that I had my own apartment.
The revelation led many to question the credibility of both Sarah and Patrick, as they had made multiple statements that did not fully align with what was later revealed. Faking a move-out situation in response to ongoing scrutiny raised even more concerns about their overall dynamic and the image they were trying to present online. And this was not the only aspect of their behavior that people found distressing. One of the more disgusting patterns that viewers began to notice was their apparent fixation on Jenna Frank. If you don't know, Jenna Frank is the daughter of Jason David Frank, the actor best known for playing the Green Power Ranger. Since her father's passing, Jenna has taken it upon herself to carry forward his legacy, attending fan conventions, doing meet and greets, and connecting with longtime fans of the franchise. In this process, she's built a solid following of her own and established herself as an influencer in her own right. What's strange, though, is how both Sarah and Patrick seem unusually fixated on Jenna. Ever since Sarah joined TikTok in 2023, she's brought Jenna up repeatedly, tagging her in posts and stories, and even referring to her as her bestie on multiple occasions. She would also consistently attend Jenna's meet and greet events, posting photos with her each time. At one point, viewers even celebrated with her when she managed to get Jenna's number during one of these interactions. But admiration can very quickly cross into something else, and in this case, it started to feel deeply parasocial. Despite never spending time with Jenna outside of paid meet and greets, never forming any visible real-world friendship, and having no meaningful interaction beyond social media, Sarah seemed convinced that they shared a close personal bond. She appeared determined to present this narrative publicly, even though there was little evidence to support it. The situation only became more unsettling over time as Sarah reportedly wrote a romantic song about Jenna, which already raised eyebrows.
Laugh like sunshine through the rain, and somehow take away the pain. Even while you're close to me, that's just how it's meant to be. You and me, birthday twins from the start, same day, same spark, 2 years apart, but the love we share is bigger than time. You're always with me in heart and mind. You light the world with the joy you bring. Lift people up just by being. I'm so proud of who you are. You're my best friend, my northern star.
Amidst all of this, Patrick's behavior added another layer of discomfort. He would frequently tag Jenna in his own posts, sometimes in contexts where it made little sense, even excluding mentions of his own wife and son. In one instance, he went as far as referring to Jenna as family, which many viewers found highly inappropriate. At first, this behavior was simply seen as odd, but things took a much darker turn when people began connecting it to the Ariala account. When comparing the AI-generated model to real photos of Jenna, many noticed a striking resemblance. To a lot of viewers, Ariala Brigman did not just look generic, it looked like an AI version of Jenna herself. Once this connection started circulating, people began reaching out to Jenna in large numbers, commenting on her content to alert her that both Sarah and Patrick might have created an AI account using her face. Although Jenna did not publicly respond to these claims, she did take action, blocking Sarah and her entire family shortly afterward. And honestly, that reaction made sense. If the allegations were even partially true, it would be an extreme violation of privacy and boundaries. During their live interview with Hannah, both Sarah and Patrick addressed the situation, but instead of acknowledging the clear imbalance in their relationship, they doubled down. They continued to insist that Jenna was genuinely Sarah's friend, rather than someone who was simply being polite and professional during fan interactions.
It's unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate because she was my best friend.
And I know that people were messaging her with exactly that because I'd seen it on Reddit. I was hoping that she wouldn't believe it. I was hoping that she would at least ask us about it, because her reaction when we saw her at events was always over the top. Like, she was so happy to see us. She'd run to us immediately, give us hugs. She was our friend.
Yeah, there was one we went to in Oklahoma City, and we got there before her, and when she saw us through those doors, her face lit up like a Christmas tree, and she went immediately to give us a hug.
It's weird how Patrick said she was our friend about a girl who is a lot younger than him. It's totally weird and creepy for a middle-aged man to be obsessed with a 22-year-old supposed friend of his adult daughter. During this interview, Sarah also spoke about being blocked, claiming it happened out of nowhere and suggesting that trolls may have influenced Jenna's decision.
Showed her the song I made for her, and she was happy to see us like she always is. And then the day after we got back, I went to Instagram to check on her story and just like see if she had seen mine, because I posted a story about it. I wanted to see if she had seen it, and I got a reply from her. And then shortly after that, I went back to Instagram and it looked like I had been blocked. And we thought it was just an Instagram glitch because that's happened before. You know, we've been accidentally blocked on another social media, and we fixed it. She was apologetic and we fixed it, but this time she did actually block me, and I didn't get a reason. I didn't understand why she did it. I didn't get any kind of explanation. So I think maybe some trolls were like messaging her or emailing her saying that, you know, what you said, that the AI account resembled her, and she believed it and blocked me. And like he said, we haven't messaged her because we don't want to come off as stalkers. We just, I don't understand. I don't know why she blocked me. It's just like she said before that, you know, she gets it all the time, but I think maybe she believed them and blocked me, so.
It's unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate because she was my best friend.
Up until this point, both Patrick and Sarah had been fiercely denying any connection to the Ariella Brigman accounts. At the beginning of their interview with Hannah, they were just as adamant, claiming they had never created or operated any kind of AI account whatsoever.
You guys make it, and it's unfortunate that it got caught, but it had nothing to do with yours and Sarah's relationship. It was just something to make some money.
No, we did not create that account. I mean, honestly, I'm being completely honest with you. I have no idea what went on with that. All I know is I would never create an account like that. Now, granted, we did like a couple of her posts, or one of her posts in particular, because it was like some Christmas thing, and Sarah saw it after she found the song and wanted to support her in like a contest or whatever.
When you look at how strongly they were shutting down these accusations, it's important to note that this tone doesn't stay consistent. In fact, it shifts notably as the interviewer goes on. But before getting into that shift, there's one major detail about Patrick that had been intentionally held back, and that is the Miss Ariella account on Literotica. This account is widely considered one of the most damning pieces of evidence tied to him. For many people following this entire situation, this was the moment where speculation started to feel a lot more concrete. It pushed a lot of viewers to believe that Patrick wasn't just misunderstood, but potentially far worse than initially assumed. On this Literotica account, users came across a story titled Me and Dad Chapter 1, The Beginning. Even without going into explicit detail, the premise alone was enough to raise serious alarm bells. The title itself suggested an inappropriate dynamic, and the opening line made things even more disturbing. Daddy and I finally get the relationship we both need. The story starts with this paragraph. Hello, my name is Ariella. I've been wanting to tell my story for a long time, but it isn't something I can really talk about with a lot of people. Even living in Rhode Island, where incest is legal, it's still frowned upon and considered wrong. I really don't understand why. What difference does it make if family members want to be sexually involved? Hell, nowadays it's acceptable to engage in activity with multiple people that you barely know, but not the people you are closest to and have a bond of trust with. After this, the story gets much more disgusting. The entire thing feels like a confession coming directly from Patrick. The story was enough for people to know what kind of person Patrick really is and what dark fantasies he truly has. While this story was a damning piece of evidence against Patrick, he still continued to deny owning the AI accounts or having any connection to the Lit Erotica story. However, that changed during the interview with Hannah when Patrick, in a moment of weakness, ended up admitting to everything.
Honestly, you know what? Honestly, yeah, I created the Ariella account. I made that account.
Patrick, thank you. You have been set free, man. You're set free. Doesn't that feel good? Sarah, give your father a hug. Give that man a hug, because that is the most amazing thing you could have done for yourself. Really, I'm air hugging you. Good job. Seriously.
This became one of the biggest turning points in the entire saga. For the first time, it was confirmed by Patrick himself that all the AI accounts were created by him. It also cleared up earlier suspicions from people who believed Sarah might have been behind them, especially since she had lip-synced to one of the AI-generated songs. But here's the thing. Even if Sarah didn't create those accounts, her reaction to her father admitting that he ran an adult AI account with a face resembling Jenna Frank was still very strange. She didn't appear shocked or disturbed at all. If anything, it seemed like she already knew about it and was continuing to support her father regardless. Her unusually calm response and the fact that she leaned in to hug him right after he made that admission felt deeply unsettling to a lot of viewers. Another disturbing aspect of this interview was Patrick continuing to deny writing the Lit Erotica story. While he admitted to creating Ariella, he remained adamant that he had nothing to do with the story he posted on the adult website. According to him, someone else was trying to frame him.
To be completely honest, I was really close to telling the truth until the Lit Erotica account was found, and that scared the hell out of me.
Because he thought that people were gonna think that was him, and when he told me that people had a Lit Erotica account, he told me he was scared because he thought that people were gonna connect that with him, and because he knows he can't write that stuff. That's what scared him, is because they thought it would be connected to him, and he knows, we all know for a fact that he could never, ever write that stuff.
So, I'm a writer.
It's very hard to believe that Patrick is telling this truth here because of how compulsively he has lied throughout his entire internet journey. Everything that's come out of his mouth in the past few years has turned out to be a lie. Shortly after this interview went live, some private messages between the interviewer, Hannah, and Patrick were leaked online, revealing the extent of his dishonesty. This exchange showed how vile and disturbing Patrick really was and left no doubt that he was involved in something sinister. So yes, I wrote that story. That's the only story like that I've ever written. It was complete fiction, and it was hard for me to even write it. I was being stupid and trying to get traction for the whole AI account. And as terrifying as it is, most of the top read stories on Lit Erotica are from that category. There, I said it. Now you know everything that we have lied about except for one thing. Sarah never moved out completely. We got a 2-bedroom apartment at the extended stay, and the second bedroom has a second kitchen on the door, so it's kind of like the same, but not really. So many people were pressuring her to move out that she just wanted to try and get a break from it all, and she didn't want to leave TikTok, so she felt it was better to just make people believe she left. That is it, and that is the full truth. But in order to truly understand how I could possibly justify trying to make money off that, then my life and the events leading up to it are even more important. So do with this info what you will. If you are willing to hear the rest, then I will put together a biography of my life as short as I can make it. Somehow Patrick seems to believe that writing a biography and sharing his background will excuse him for creating such disturbing fiction. From the way he speaks, he comes across as a highly manipulative and intelligent person. Now imagine Sarah growing up under that kind of influence. The way he lies and then twists narratives is genuinely unsettling. The strangest part about this lit erotica story is that Patrick allegedly wrote it after starting TikTok at a time when rumors about him and Sarah already suggested an inappropriate relationship. Addressing this during his conversation with Hannah, Patrick said, "I will admit that choosing that specific topic was probably the absolute stupidest decision of my life. With all the rumors about Sarah and I should never have even considered it. I literally dug my own grave and buried myself with that one stupid choice. If I had written just a normal erotic story, then all of this would be a non-issue. But I had to try to boost popularity by writing something that would be read by lots of people, and the top read stories on lit erotica are from that category. So as they say, the rest is history." It appears that Patrick's unusually disturbing behavior wasn't just noticed by people online, but also by individuals who may have interacted with him in real life. According to a comment left under a video, one person claimed that Patrick had also taken advantage of Teresa when she was younger. The commenter stated that she knew Teresa when she worked at McDonald's. According to her, Patrick entered Teresa's life suddenly, and not long after, Teresa moved out and chose to be with him. The commenter also mentioned that Teresa has certain mental limitations. While the exact nature of these was not specified, she suggested that Teresa required guidance and support in daily life, and that Patrick may have taken advantage of that vulnerability. She further claimed that Teresa's family was against the relationship from the beginning. According to this person, Teresa's brother is now aware of Patrick's TikTok content featuring Sarah and finds the dynamic deeply concerning. He reportedly wants both his sister and his niece to be removed from that environment. In an attempt to verify the credibility of this claim, Reddit users looked into the commenter's background and found that she had interacted with Teresa on social media. This led many to believe that she may have actually known Teresa in real life, adding some weight to her statements. But despite all the concern people had, it didn't seem like much actually changed in the Dream Team universe, except for the fact that they briefly disappeared from the internet. As soon as the interview went live and the backlash began, both Sarah and Patrick went silent for a while. After this short break, they returned, promising to rebrand their content and focus only on posting things that were positive and uplifting.
I took some time to reset and refocus and really think about what I wanted to create and share moving forward, and I'm honestly really excited to be here again. Going forward, this page is going to be all about fun, creativity, and everyday life. I'll be posting things like TikTok shop finds, get ready with me videos, and just content that feels light, positive, and real. I'm choosing to focus on the present and what's ahead, and I'm really grateful for the people who are here for that energy. I also wanted to share that the Dream Team channel will be back soon. We're just taking a little time to clean up some older videos and get everything organized before jumping back in.
From this point onward, they stayed active on both their family account and the Dream Team account. However, more recently, the Dream Team account has been taken down altogether. On their family TikTok page, Sarah and Patrick posted a video announcing that the account would no longer exist and that all future content would now be shared exclusively on their family platform.
Hi guys, so tonight we have a little bit of sad news.
Yeah.
The dad and daughter Dream Team is leaving TikTok forever.
Yep.
So there will be no more dad and daughter Dream Team content. But
There's some good news mixed in.
there is some good news.
Yeah.
The Getchell family is here to stay.
Yep.
So we will be rebranding our channel. We have added we're adding brand new segments for each family member.
Yep.
The exact reason behind this decision is unclear, but it does seem like an attempt to rebrand and possibly shift public attention. As of now, they continue to post as if none of the controversy ever happened, going live regularly, uploading cooking videos, and even asking for donations despite everything that's surfaced. For many viewers, it's deeply unsettling to see Patrick still living freely and continuing life as usual alongside his daughter. Even those who previously had doubts now seem largely convinced that the situation deserves serious scrutiny. This has easily become one of the darkest stories covered on this channel, so much so that certain elements like the lit erotica content can't even be fully discussed here due to how disturbing they are. In the end, the hope remains that Sarah recognizes the seriousness of the situation and finds a way to step out of it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. This TikTok creator has over 20 million followers across YouTube and TikTok and has been posting videos of their infant daughters for years, yet manages to go under the radar for being bait for weirdos.
Look at me. You know what I see? I see a strong
Hey, genuine question to the mom that posted that video of her toddler in makeup for Halloween, which I will say is not inherently wrong. I think my mom did the same thing for me for certain Halloween costumes. Just a question. Do you think that the 37,000 people that saved that video, hit that save button, are other moms looking for inspo for their daughter's next Halloween costume? Now, when I save a video of a workout recipe, fashion outfit, whatever, I'm saving it because I'm going to eventually go back to it.
Britty Kitty is also notorious for censoring criticism, never telling her daughters no, oversharing medical details, and pushing out tons of formulaic and scripted videos, which undoubtedly will impact the development of her children. Let's get into it. Britty Kitty are a family account featuring predominantly 7-year-old Lily and her younger sister Violet, who's only 3 years old. The channel was created in 2019 by Brittany, the mom, in 2019, and she's been posting content on her kids since around 2021, before Violet was born and Lily was a toddler. As for what the content looks like, it's typically about how wonderful the kids are. This is one of the pinned videos from 2024.
Mommy, why are you crying? Why are you sad? Hi.
Because I just had a bad day.
Okay. Why you have a bad day? Can you tell me? I'll get you a popsicle and a water. Cause see, you don't have a water anywhere. It's okay. Let me get you one.
Okay.
I'll be right back. It'll be so quick. It'll be like this. Bye. Okay. Bye. I'll hug you first.
The most caring and empathetic soul I've ever met in my life. She starts kindergarten soon, and I hope everyone is just as nice to her as she will be to them. So on the surface, this seems like a case of a proud mom sharing cute videos of her kid to brighten up people's day. That's not a guess. That's exactly what it says on their bio. If you follow us, we promise to make you smile.
Happy birthday. There you go. Happy birthday. Thank you, Mama.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Mama.
Happy birthday.
Cute baby content has been a thing on the internet for as long as the internet has existed, which goes some way to explaining why the Britty Kitty account has over 16 million subscribers and almost 1 billion likes on TikTok. Videos where Lily plays a prank on her dad are seen as adorable, wholesome, and a mood lifter.
I'm just kissing you.
Okay, no look. Thank you.
However, what really put the channel over the top were videos like this, where Lily would more directly motivate the audience with words of encouragement.
My oh my, you were standing inside and out. I love you.
This style of content was reminiscent of something you would have seen on Facebook about a decade ago, but as it turns out, there was still a big audience for it in 2021 and 2022. As a result, videos like this were a regular on the Britty Kitty channel.
Gorgeous. Have a good day. Oh my goodness. How are you so perfect? You magical.
And this is where some people would draw a line. It's one thing to accidentally catch your toddler saying nice things on camera when filming for something else, but when it becomes regularly scheduled content, that just means a parent's giving their child a script to read, and there's not much cute about that. It's even creepier when you consider that the majority of the Britty Kitty audience are fully grown adults.
What? You're pouring.
Yes, you are. A little bit in my feels today. I hope you guys all have a good day. I gotta do a couple hours of work and then I'm heading to my fam jams. Have a good holiday.
I know. Brave stuff. So are you.
Had to bite me.
That kid makes my day.
It's obviously
So good.
economist.
So
Fuck you.
Have a good day.
If you do not have a good day after seeing that, you might as well go back to bed, because that is triple scoop. Flippin' dippin'. Adorable. Oh.
So we can't even call this kids content because actual adults are forming parasocial relationships with a 4-year-old girl. We'll get into the implications of that in a moment, but it's important to stress that Brittany absolutely made scripted and rehearsed videos for the channel. Here's a video where Lily has to help get her a towel because she forgot to bring one with her into the bathroom.
Hey, Lily? What?
I don't have a towel.
I'll get you one. Thank you. Okay. How about pink or white or black?
We don't have a black towel. Can I have a white one?
No, a pink.
Oh, right. Can I have a pink?
Yes. That's all we have. No pink.
Oh no,
That's
a
all we
blanket.
have.
Oh
That's
no.
all we have.
Oh, I guess I'll have to air dry.
And here's another video where Lily has to help get Brittany a towel because she forgot to bring one with her into the bathroom.
Come here.
I need a towel.
I do need a towel.
Okay. Oh no, there's no more.
Can you get me a towel, please?
Yeah, sure. Which one, Mama? Is it blue or white or pink?
I'll have a white one.
No, pink.
Okay, I'll have a pink one.
Yeah!
Thank you, Lily. Thank you.
I love you, Mama.
Again, catching your kids on camera doing cute things and then uploading it isn't a bad thing in isolation, but when it becomes formulaic like this, it stops being cute and starts feeling gross. The child has to remember their lines, and if they don't, they'll have to shoot the video again. Here's a video where Lily's sick at the hospital, and at the very end, she has to read her diagnosis for all her adoring fans.
Or is that just because you're hungry?
Hey, Grandma, look what I got that I didn't like. Thank you so much for your prayers. I'm all better. I had celiac disease. That means I can't have gluten. But it's okay.
No child should ever be a big enough influencer to the point where they have to give medical updates to strangers online. It's a pretty easy unspoken rule to agree with. It doesn't matter how many adults obsessively worry about her, Lily does not need to be filmed for content in the hospital. If anything, that's reason enough not to do it. If you still don't see anything wrong with kids doing scripted content like this, remember that both Lily and Violet were used in a phone case ad.
No! Don't drop my phone, Lily, please. Okay, whatever, go ahead. It's fine!
I know. Oh, it's okay. You got the Casetify bounce case.
Do that, that's true. Every mom should have a Casetify bounce case to protect their phone against falls. Oh, bless you!
Despite all this, you still get tons of unwavering support in the comments from their diehard fans. If my kid isn't exactly like Lily, I don't want one. If Sunshine was a person. Okay, but how did you raise such a sweet human? Mine came extra spicy, lol. Remember this adorable little bundle of cuteness when she's a teenager? That last one's a little creepy. You wonder if comments like that are all over the video. We'll find out in a moment, but apparently the reason there's a little to no comments criticizing the family and site is because they heavily police the comments section and particularly target those ones. One user had their comment deleted for saying, "Crazy that you know how to censor other children who do not consent to their videos on the internet, but with your own child that does not consent, you blast publicly and profit off of." You can see the comment got over 100 likes as well, so it's not an entirely unpopular sentiment. On the Reddit post, the user added, "Pretty Kitty blocked me for speaking up for her child, using a burner account because I've been getting stupid amounts of hate for this in IG. Pretty Kitty has been bothering me for such a long time. Her children, Lily and Violet, are constantly used as tools for the family to profit off of, literally since they were born, and Brittany, the mother, is generally snarky towards her kids in a way that really rubs me the wrong way." So a few weeks ago, she posted this video joking about how she signed Lily up for gymnastics and that she's essentially bad at it compared to the other girls in the class. What gets me about this is that she literally blurs every single other child out of the video, leaving it to be just Lily running around in a leotard for the duration of the video. I left a comment stating that it's crazy how she knows that censoring children is the right thing to do, but she continued to blast her kid on social media anyway. This sparked a wildfire in the comments, and as usual, so many trolls went to defend this woman. I did get over 100 likes on my comment though, and clearly this video was gaining traction. Today I noticed that all my notifications from this were missing, and lo and behold, the asshole blocked me. This is how they win. These mothers are allowed to legally use their children as props in their day-to-day lives, and when anyone steps out of line to correct them, they block them to make them go away. I'm so beyond upset and just needed to vent, honestly. What are everyone's thoughts on this creator? As for profiting off her daughter, we've already seen how true that is with both Lily and Violet being used in ads, as well as repetitive formulaic and scripted videos on their TikTok and YouTube pages. Sometimes they just wholesale re-upload old videos. As for the allegations of Brittany being snarky towards her daughter, it's hard to know for sure because in a whole lot of the videos still up on the channel, she's extremely positive and affirming to her kids. Probably a little too much, in fact. More on this in a moment. However, in one weird example, she jokingly called Lily an idiot for not being able able to pronounce her name even though she was less than 3 years old at the time.
What's your name?
Hi, speech therapist here. A child is not expected to say their name until the age of 2 to 3 years old. Also, the L sound is not developmentally appropriate until the age of 4. So this cutie is doing perfectly fine.
This video, alongside many others from before 2022, is now deleted from her channel, which does not make you wonder how many similar videos like that existed. So while we may not have much more video evidence, people who were around at the time certainly voiced their concerns. Returning to that Reddit post, one commenter said, "She did a video where she told her 4-year-old that her baby sister was going to leave and go to a new family. That is mental and emotional, but people thought it was cute. She has no active snark groups, and yet she has 16.9 million followers. I rarely hear anyone say anything negative about her, even though she does the same videos as all the other TikTok moms. I don't get it. As far as being blocked, I was blocked also by her, but I do understand that she can block whomever she wants. I pretty much expected to be blocked when I made a negative comment. In reality, I shouldn't even be watching videos of accounts that I think are exploitative. I shouldn't be giving them the views." Allegedly, there were also videos where Britney called Lily an ugly baby and said she had now glowed up, which is just weird. She also seemed to have that problem that a lot of TikTok moms have, where they overstated about their child's health, like you can see in the screenshots here. She left a comment saying, "She also seemed to have that problem that a lot of TikTok moms have, where they overstate about their children's health. You can see in screenshots here, she left a comment saying, "Hardest 5 days of my life. Jaundice causes yellowing of the skin and can cause brain damage if not caught soon enough. Lily had a severe case of it." She also shared pictures of her daughter dealing with the ailment in the video. The defenders would say this isn't oversharing and that it could even be educational and cathartic for other moms, and maybe that's true in isolation, but it's worth remembering that she also filmed Lily in the hospital and had her deliver her own diagnosis on camera to her audience, as we saw before. It's possible that this was all coming from a good place, but that's unlikely because she was apparently a huge offender when it came to engagement bait. I can't stand Britty Kitty. She seeks out the attention. She used to write on every video how she was going to delete it so people would comment and interact, but she would never delete it, and people started calling her out hardcore, and she stopped. Now she just makes those sad videos of her kid crying because she can't get what she wants, then she gives her what she wants when she has enough video of her crying. Again, a lot of her videos from before 2022 are gone, so it's hard to verify these claims one way or another. We mentioned earlier that Britney can sometimes be a little too positive with her kids sometimes, and well, in one video that's not deleted, Britney claims she can't say no to Lily because it makes her cry.
No.
The caption really rubbed people the wrong way, and they were quick to point out why in the comments. That's why you have to tell her no. I mean, it's cute and I feel bad, but they need to be told no and learn before they grow up. As a teacher, it's very obvious which kids have parents that never say no, and it's never good. They need to hear no from parents the most because when they go out into the world, they'll hear no from everybody. I don't want to get involved with your parenting, but sometimes it's good to say no, so when she's older, it won't be a big shock to hear it. It's undeniably true that Britney is probably too positive in certain videos. Sometimes she'll harmlessly joke about Lily not being like the other girls, but in other posts she goes extreme with it when she says stuff like this. "I don't have a normal toddler, I have Lily. Lily has slept through the night since she was 3 months old. Lily has never thrown a temperature tantrum before. She's also never thrown up, just like her mama. Lily will, however, go up to every storm drain she can find and ask if Pennywise is there, kiss every wild animal and insect she comes across no matter how many times we tell her not to, and calls her dad by his first name." As commenters were quick to point out, even if what she says here was remotely believable, there's nothing wrong with a toddler having a temper tantrum or throwing up. That's ordinarily part of the process of growing up, but Britney seems so keen on convincing the world that Lily's the most perfect child ever. Also, it's a good thing that Lily sleeps so well considering how many times she's woken up to a camera and ring light in her face.
Hi, it's okay, it's okay. Hi. 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 A popsicle. You want a popsicle? Yeah. Okay.
Seriously, there are multiple videos of Lily waking up on the channel, and it's hard to understand what the point of that is. However, moving back to the concerns over Britney being too positive with Lily, this commenter voiced some concerns. I know this is a month old, but she posted Lily licking her dad on the lips at the restaurant, then mom laughs. Seems like a lot of viewers aren't pleased from the comments. I get kids are curious and little girls are very curious about boys and girls and kissing, but it's inappropriate. The first video I defended them, saying I'm sure they reprimanded her and talked to her about not doing that again, but then I saw the second one where she tricks dad and licks him on his face. Mom's laughing again and dad doesn't really put his foot down. It doesn't seem like the parents are preventing her from doing it, and I don't think they're being strict or serious with her about not doing that. It's really disturbing and distasteful. I think they have TikTok brain and forget parenting over social media. It's messed up. Speaking on things that are distasteful, the number one concern people have over the Britty Kitty channel is the parasocial adults that seem to have become the majority of their fan base.
Hey, wait, parasocial relationships are unhealthy. I don't give a pair of... This is my best friend. This is my best friend.
This is definitely problematic because a lot of these fans can transfer over into real life as people that will recognize these kids in public spaces, and for the mother of any famous child, this should cause some amount of anxiety. This Reddit user recalled how scary it was for one TikToker in particular to have her child interact with strangers in public. The lady in the TikTok mentioned how at the store one day a woman called her child over by name, to which the child responded and walked over to them. The woman apologized, saying that she had just recognized her daughter from online, and it was that moment that the OP states she decided to remove all content related to her kids from her profiles. It was the thought that her children could continue to be recognized and called for by strangers. This specifically made me think of that video Britty Kitty uploaded once while visiting Florida, showing clips of all the people that recognized them. In these clips, she handed Lily off to be held by these complete strangers. The way she also prides herself in raising Lily shows that she seems incredibly impressionable if someone seemed friendly enough and potentially knew her name from their large platform. It makes me insanely worried for how trusting Lily is being taught to be and how easily her mother will hand her off for a fan interaction. Unfortunately, this isn't just a random example. We've seen Lily handed off to strangers to take pictures without either parent in the picture. And there really is no end to how certain adults could be creepy around kids like Lily. A good way to tell something weird is going on is by the amount of saves or bookmarks certain videos get. There's also this video where Lily tries to say the word peanuts, but also it ends up sounding like a different word.
Yes.
I have never went to a comment section so fast in my life.
And there's more, where Lily is either wearing makeup or a particular costume.
Hey, genuine question to the mom that posted that video of her toddler in makeup for Halloween, which I will say is not inherently wrong. I think my mom did the same thing for me for certain Halloween costumes. Just a question. Do you think that the 37,000 people that saved that video, hit that save button, are other moms looking for inspo for their daughter's next Halloween costume? The 37,000 people who saved a video of your daughter in makeup. Now, when I save a video of a workout recipe, fashion, outfit, whatever, I'm saving it because I'm going to eventually go back to it.
And if you think that this might be a slight overreaction, this goes way deeper than you think.
Someone mentioned this family channel in my comment section, and boy, let's just go through it. So I want to address this pizza video first because this is actually sick. They filmed their little daughter saying the P word, and there's comments like this on it. And then we have another comment saying, I like the one with pizza. I have that video saved. Wonder why. Here's another comment under that video of somebody saying, I want the child. Disgusting comment right here saying edge. And this sicko saying pizza, pizza, and then with the smiling devil emoji. She has videos of whipped cream on her daughter's face, and we have men under the comment section saying, she's not wasting it, good girl. We have grown people thirsting over this child. Of course, we have the sucking of the popsicles with 16,000 saves. We have the whipped cream on the face, 68,000 saves. This account right here follows baby accounts. They post babies, and then they post this comment saying, oh my God. The mom also did an AI version of what her older daughter would look like as she grew up. Of course, the comments, people were begging them to do her other daughter as well. The AI video has 33,000 saves. Are you looking for a son-in-law to be? Hear me out. Here's this video with 200,000 saves. This is a fan account of one of the little girls. And here's a comment saying, look at the type, I'm going crazy. Here's another account that says, my most favorite girl in the whole world. I mean, this one speaks for itself, 110,000 saves. And as you guessed it, on that video, somebody said, hear me out. When she grows up, she will look amazing. This one is actually so gross. It's a direct shot with 224,000 saves on it. Here's the pizza video again, and just all of these comments are from grown-ass men.
And when this video went viral, Britney tried to get it taken down, but the TikToker Hoss Drama just exposed even more. So at this point, some of their bigger fans would say maybe Britney had no idea this was going on or that these videos were being interpreted by pervs this way, but that's not true. Here's a couple comments from earlier on in her channel when she didn't have that many comments in general. You're my world, Lily. Cutie, I want to meet her. Lily is my world. I want to meet this cute baby. There's no way she didn't catch these comments yet. They were left up for a long amount of time. This is the same creator who would also delete your comment and block you if you dared to criticize her parenting. All of this isn't to say Britney doesn't deeply care about her child or wants her daughter to be bait for in all likelihood, she probably underestimates how much of it's actually going on. However, that risk is real, and one user put it best. I once watched a German documentary about PDF sites, and there was this one case of a PDF who was uploading all pictures from a gymnastics school's website onto one of the forums. All of those were pictures of little girls wearing leotards, and they were posted in categories. Not to mention the Pinterest scandals where middle-aged men were creating boards for little girls and teenagers wearing swimsuits. One of the most important rules of child safety is to never upload pictures of your child wearing leotards, swimsuits, cheerleader uniforms, or anything else revealing. PDFs are addicted to those outfits. These family vloggers aren't that ignorant. They know exactly what they're doing and refuse to be held accountable for not protecting their kids. Conversely, if Britney didn't know and was truly ignorant, then it's worth stressing how the real danger is, because a lot of these images are being exploited by AI for dark purposes.
Hey, 1.2 million kids' photos were turned into AI-generated exploitation material in a single year. I'm Perry, cybersecure dad. I know you've heard this before, but we need to stop posting our kids online. Here's why. UNICEF, Interpol, and ECPAT just released the numbers. In some countries, it's as high as 1 in every 25 children. That's 1 kid per classroom. And here's the part that should stop every parent cold. The faces being used aren't stolen from anywhere shady. No dark web, no hacked accounts. They're pulled straight from social media. Birthday parties, first day of school, soccer pictures, dance recitals, beach trips, you name it. The exact kind of content parents post every single day with pride, with love, with zero idea what's happening on the other side of that screenshot. A photo and a free app. That's the entire process. Anyone, anywhere in the world can take a public photo of your child and generate something unspeakable in under a minute. No technical skill required.
It's also hard to argue that Britney Kitty is ignorant to these dangers because of her selective moderation and how dodgy her earlier years on TikTok were. Her account did get banned at one point for violating multiple community guidelines, and although we don't know what for exactly, it can't be good. This is also unfounded, but one user detailed how shady they were on the platform. Britney Kitty creates her own fan accounts and floods the comments with overwhelming statements like, "This child is a pure angel and I will die protecting her forever. Please let me know what I can do to make sure this beautiful girl continues to post uplifting messages daily because it's the only thing that makes my life complete." Then, Britney Kitty will respond with a link to her Cash App or wish list. Pathetic. Online panhandling. The posts were always weird. The girl called her dad Michael. They'd encouraged her to say and out in public, she puts her mouth on everything she sees. Many comments were deleted from people saying they knew the mother was psychotic and bipolar, that she was and pointed out several signs like agitation and fear in the kid. A few duets were made showing the daughter's reaction to her mother's tone of voice. It sounds like a Disney voice, but a psychologist was keen to point out that it could be an act she's covering up for the camera. Again, a lot of this is unproven and speculation, but it does fit into the character we've seen here today. The main defense for Britney is that she's not as bad as other creators, when that distinction shouldn't really matter. Yeah, she's not the worst TikTok mom on the platform. Competition is stiff on that that front, but she shouldn't get any medals for that, as she's still really problematic. And for some more unfounded evidence, even the people who have somewhat of an in-person experience with her all seem to have negative things to say. Without saying too much, I live nearby. Our family photographer attempted to do a collab with her before she found her permanent photographer. Let's just say it didn't work out well. That woman is not as sweet as she perceives, and the girls, while unique and sweet, are scared of mom. She's been tempted to message DCP herself. Bro, they live in my town. A friend of mine works at the school her oldest daughter goes to, and said the daughter has a bunch of behavioral problems that all seem to, in her opinion, stem from not being the center of attention. She thinks it's a direct product of her mom always making her the star of videos, and now the kid can't socialize or behave normal at school when all the attention isn't on her. I've never seen the family IRL, but I know they're around and recognize all the places they go and share a zip code with them. So weird. I live in the same town as them. It's a pretty small town on the border of CT in Western Mass. I've never seen the family around town IRL, but know someone who works at the school her oldest daughter goes to. They said the daughter has serious behavioral and social issues, all stemming from not being able to be the center of attention while at school. Apparently, mom doesn't take the news of her daughter not being perfect very well when approached by school staff. She's supposedly a pretty scary lady. The family's doing a serious disservice to the kids, and rumor has it people in town who have met the mom don't have nice things to say about her. Apparently, she works at a fancy prep school a few towns away. Once again, please take all of that information with a grain of salt, but that last piece of information is verifiably true. Brittany does work as a middle school office administrator at Kingswood Oxford Prep School in Connecticut, America. This information wasn't dug out of the dark web or anything like that. The school's website published a puff piece exhaustingly praising Brittany and her family. Reading selected passages from the article, it says, Brittany Christiana, the mastermind mother of @BrittyKitty, is also KO's middle school office administrator and one of the most beloved staff members on campus. Spending time with her, you can find her waving bye to countless students, wishing them luck on a game, and ending with "have fun," a representation of her authentic personality both offline and online. Not only is Mrs. Christiana both beloved on campus, but her daughters, 3-year-old Violet and 7-year-old Lily, have become internet sensations. Mrs. Christiana has several accounts across multiple social media platforms with names like @BrittyKitty and the Christiana family. The Christiana family hasn't always been TikTok famous, though. Interestingly, she started her account after an interaction with a few students in the summer of 2019, the summer before her first year working at Kingswood Oxford. Some students from Camp KO were walking past her office when she heard them talking about a TikTok trend of saving the turtles. For a true TikTok stan, this is also known as the VS Co girl subculture. She didn't recognize the name TikTok, so she scoured the internet later that night. In doing so, she was hooked. She created her TikTok account and posted her first video only a week later. However, she wasn't expecting so many people to see it. It got 300,000 views overnight, Mrs. Christiana recalled, and I was like, that was crazy. Mrs. Christiana values the community that she's created through social media, most of whom she believes are grandmas and people looking for sentimental content rather than rude or provocative content. The comments are really nice still, Mrs. Christiana explained, and I haven't had anyone be mean to us in any way. When you look at any of the @BrittyKitty accounts, you'll find exclusively positive videos. Per Mrs. Christiana, that is the whole goal of the account. I don't want to post anything depressing, Mrs. Christiana said. You may come across everything from parent hacks to family expeditions to the most memorable moments, like documenting how Lily and Violet have grown and changed. Most importantly, Mrs. Christiana wants people to know that social media doesn't have to be stressful. We live such a normal life that it just fits in so easily, she says. In posting only 2 or 3 times a week, she sees it as a small hobby, something that not only lightens other people's moods, but also documents her family's most special moments at the same time, or what she calls an online diary. In fact, she even believes that if Violet and Lily lost interest in making videos, it would be an easy thing to leave behind. Unlike many other creators, @BrittyKitty features videos that are natural and show the raw emotions and curiosities of children. For instance, with a lot of videos featuring Lily's peculiar love of insects and animals, like bumblebees and birds, Mrs. Christiana doesn't truly plan her posts. She just captures a video every once in a while. Given the amount of negative coverage we've given to this video, it's a good idea to end it with her perspective on why the channel exists. Some of it is obviously not true and misguided, like retroactively stating that she would stop if the kids grew up and decided they don't want to do it anymore. That's almost entirely backwards, as there's an admittance that their kids won't be able to give a consent until later, which is the problem to begin with. But it's impossible to deny that there are indeed grandmas and grandpas who watch these videos with a smile on their face, and if she says that's the target audience, then there's no reason to doubt that.